Hello, folks. Welcome back to Horror Town. Today I have another horror movie review for you, and I've decided that I'll be doing it on the movie called The Black Phone, which is one of the most recent horror films that was released in 2021, 4 years ago. And it is an American supernatural horror film that was directed by Scott Derrickson and written by him as well as and by C. Robert Cargill. This movie stars Mason Thames as Finney, our main character, who is a teenager, and Ethan Hawke, who happens to be, as you probably have guessed from the movie poster. Oh, well, maybe you didn't, so I won't spoil it for you. But basically, yes, I won't tell you who he plays just because I don't want to spoil anything. But we basically have, the story about some kind of a child abductor, according to Wikipedia here, that is known as the Grabber. And basically, yes, it's taking place in the late 70s, if I'm not mistaken. So it takes place in Colorado, and we have our main characters, Finney Blake and his sister Gwen, who are living with their father named Terrence, who's pretty much of a violent person who is also an alcoholic, right? So that's pretty bad. That's very bad, as a matter of fact. And basically, Finney is also kind of bullied at school by, some bully. And he has a friend named Robin who is basically gonna be pretty much, trying to defend them from that bully. And then obviously, yes, as I'm just reading a little bit. I apologize if that's a little weak, but I don't remember that much about this film. So yeah, we have Gwen, who basically, you know, who yeah, there's that thing about Gwen which I don't want to spoil, but basically, they're gonna there's the Grabber seems to be, targeting these children, and one of them, was from Little League, as it says here. So basically, yes, it's pretty much unsafe to live in that part of town with this Grabber roaming the streets, and you know with his reign of terror. So some detectives are gonna be basically interviewing, Gwen, because of something that happens, which I won't tell you what it is. But basically, yes, Terrence doesn't like that very much, her father. So, yeah, he's gonna do something pretty horrible. And I have to say that this is no way to be a good father. This guy is an absolute evil person, right? So, later on, the Grabber is gonna abduct some characters. And I don't want to spoil who because I don't want to give anything away. But basically, after that, Finney is gonna be basically finding this phone, this telephone on the wall. Hence the title of the movie, The Black Phone. And basically, he's gonna be hearing some, voices of some previous, you know, kidnappee, I guess you could say. And he's gonna try his level best to basically, he's gonna hear some kind of clues on the phone to help him escape from that prison. And basically, yes, the Grabber is gonna feed Finney with some food that they're just gonna, you know, leave on the near the door, I believe. It's pretty much like this typical, kidnapping plot where you basically have the kidnapper, feeding the prisoners and giving them what they need. But then basically, yeah, Finney is gonna try his level best to escape, and yeah, through the clues that he's gonna hear from some other kids, he's gonna try his level best to get rescued, right? So this is pretty much how it goes. I don't really know what else I could say about this movie. without repeating myself too much. So I would say that, yeah, this is what the Black Phone is about. It's about, you have a lot of kidnapped kids, and basically, when one gets kidnapped, he's gonna, try his level best to escape through the phone. And you obviously have that whole plot of the grabber and who they are and how to stop them, right? With the police, with the this kind of help with the through the phone, the Black Phone, I believe, hence the title. So this is pretty much how it goes. Now, I didn't love that movie that much, and I'm apologizing to you if this review sounds a little bit uninspired. I don't know why. It seems that sometimes I do get those brain freeze moments, and I can't really recall a lot of what happened, especially since I've watched this film last year. But I've decided to myself that I would rather review a more recent movie now, so that at least, even though I wasn't crazy about this film, just to get it over with. Now, it was a little, overhyped, I would say. Many people told me that this movie is great, that I have to watch it, that it is it would be a good horror film, but I have to say I didn't enjoy it that much, right? I did think that the Prowler kind of plot was interesting, but it didn't really amaze me that much. Now, the characters were pretty good, especially actor Mason Thames. Ethan Hawke was awesome. Miguel Mora was pretty good. Madeleine McGraw as Gwen, the sister, she was good too. Then we have Jacob Moore and Brady Hepner, yeah, and Jeremy Davis. Yeah, they were pretty good, but I didn't love it that much. I mean, the characters themselves were not. The actors were pretty good, but the characters weren't that, relatable to me, right? And I've watched some other horror films where the characters really kind of make you, really, grow, and like they grow on you. But in this film, I didn't really feel that. I felt that it was a little stale, a little weak. I wasn't crazy about it. I did enjoy some of it, but it seems to be dragging on. There's barely anything that happens in this film, and in my opinion, I just didn't love it that much as most of you probably did enjoy. But I thought it was okay. The Prowler is kind of scary, as you can say from the movie poster. But it's not the finest, villain I've seen in a horror film. I gotta say, it's a little weak, It's not one of those horror movies that definitely, I would rewatch. I believe that, there are a lot of horror movies that are so good that I would love to rewatch over and over again. But The Black Phone is not really one of them. Now, of course, it was nice to have these children kind of sticking together, in order to defeat this evil doer, this monster, this dirtbag, whatever you want to call him, But yeah, wasn't really a fan of this film per se. I thought it was okay for what it was, but I didn't love it that much. It's one of those movies, like I said, I watch once and then I pretty much, kind of not want to rewatch it. So if I were to rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. Just average rating. Not much to say really. I thought that, yeah, it has a nice development. You could see a nice progression, and the ending is okay, but it's a little bit, you kind of see it coming. In my opinion, it's not something that is really that comes as a surprise, as like a big thing, as a big, the climax didn't really impress me that much. I thought to myself that this is the kind of film that, all right, you watch it once, you don't really, it's a little predictable, I would say, what happens. You kind of see it coming from a few miles away. It didn't really do it for me, so I have to say 5 out of 10. And on the other hand, the plot with the Prowler, as I said, was pretty interesting and the whole thing, but didn't really enjoy it. It's a little, like I said, it feels like a B movie to me. And I apologize for saying this. I know that it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, especially within the horror community, because many people love this film, and I can totally respect that if you did like it. But again, it didn't do much for me. So I think 5 out of 10 is more than generous for this movie as a rating. So 5 out of 10 for me for the Black Phone. So for the film, yeah, not much more to tell. 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching, folks. And what did you think about the Black Phone? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I really love to hear about your thoughts and views. In the meantime, folks, stay safe, goodbye, and take care. And I'll see you on the next horror movie review, God willing. In the meantime, bye-bye. Thank you. This is Horror Town for you, signing off.